Welcome to episode 12 of Yorkshire Tea XP, brewed in the heart of Yorkshire by three MFL-obsessed managers, myself, rootcoors, Big Mr K and Bruce Leet. We're not pundits, we're not pros, we're just three lads with a shared obsession for progression, tactics and agency building in MFL. Each week we'll bring you laughs, insights, chaos, cuppers, tracking our journeys from raw to rare and beyond. Got a slightly different type of episode this week for you. We're doing no topic of the week, but for those of you that will remember that we did the special episode of the RonJon challenge and we've been following it through, we've got a big section on that where Bruce is going to run through all the criteria for what RonJon's put together, who wins each part, and then what that means. And it'll be, I think it's going to surprise for all of us as well. So that's what we're going to do instead of the topic of the week, just kicking that off from the start. But obviously Tactics Corner will be in there. So how are you boys doing? How's your week? Obviously we're middle of two seasons now. So
would you like me to go first, Bruce?
Well, actually, no. I can sort this out pretty quickly because there is an old saying. You may have heard of it. It's if you've got nothing nice to say, don't say anything. So that's my week.
Okay, good. Mr. K?
Nice. Like you say, you may have heard of it. It's an old saying. There's so many jokes that come to mind when you start saying things like that. But yeah, not bad. It's been the start of the week was a bit rough because we had the cup finals at the start of the week. First one went swimmingly, and the last one I wanted to throw my monitor out the window. But overall a fairly solid week. I've ended up with how many players in the playoffs? Teams. 1, 2 in the playoffs. 3 teams in the playoffs, and a cup final win, a cup final loss, boo. But yeah, overall, not too bad, steady away. Just not a fan of this international football break thing. I mean, why?
Yeah,
Can we just not?
There's too many.
Well, why don't they just do it over they'll have a month off, they'll do all the internationals, and we can just bin off that part of the season, and we can move on. It's just,
I don't remember there being this many international friendlies when I was younger. Do you?
No. I don't. No.
There were, was they?
No,
like,
I don't think there were in the 60s, no.
Fuck off.
And I'm fine when there's a break and it's like a proper game. It's literally when there's friendlies as well. I'm like, I'm not. Really
I literally don't care.
Closed doors.
Yeah,
really
don't care.
Like, and to be honest, you've taken like 20 players. Still let the league carry on because there's still the other 200 players, that could play or whatever. I don't know, but yeah, I'm not a big fan of it. But yeah, I think I've had a good week.
No, actually, thinking about that, they should do that, like in AFCON.
Yeah.
Like, so you've got to play all your kids this week. Unlucky.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
You've got to play. Like,
there's still other players that come.
Yeah, exactly. Not everyone gets called up for international duty. They should just carry it on and just carry the season come on.
Yeah, and it would help with more homegrown players, right? So
100%.
Massive clubs just having like internationals from everywhere. You would literally need homegrown players because you'd need them to play in given weeks.
100%.
Yeah, I think
it'd close the gap. I mean, Premier League's a bit different, but it'd give the smaller teams a slight advantage. Like, we've got Liverpool this week, but half their team's out with international break. We've got to play a weekend side. It'll open it up. Like,
how much better would that be, though? That would be so good.
It'd be interesting. Yeah, it'd be good. Yeah, they do it for African Cup of Nations. Like, why are they special? Why?
I do. I agree with you. I think what's the point? Do it should be slightly different, but it is what it is. So some of us have had good weeks. Some of us would rather not talk about it, which is cool.
I've got to talk about it, aren't I?
But we're going to dive into our season 9 review instead of progress. So not really touching on plans for next year unless you want to mention something briefly, because we'll do that in next week's pod. But how did you both finish season 9? Who wants to go first?
Can I just do it first? Can I just
get it over?
Right, I'm going to be moaning. I was just saying this before we got on. Like in terms of league position, I've done like most people would look at what I've done and they'd be like, "God, you've done brilliantly." Yeah, I'm still sat here moaning like, "Fuck this game!" Like I hate it. First thing I want to just to show, because my wife actually said, I'm really looking forward to this week's episode because I know you're going to be pissed off and you can rant for both of us. So she's looking forward to this. So I'm just going to show you this because this is absolutely egregious. Honestly, it is awful. you can see here she's done really well. She did win the cup, by the way. She won her first cup, which is something I've not even done. So congratulations to her for that. She finished second in her Spark League, and she dominated this game but lost on penalties. And I was like, oh, don't worry, next round you'll do
Share
fine.
the screen.
Oh, bloody hell! I'm such an idiot. Right, there we go. My apologies. Yeah.
There we go.
So this first game was a second place playoff, and she played better. She lost on penalties. I was like, it's unlucky, it's fair enough. She comes up then against Wuppertal Lions, and no offence to Wuppertal Lions, but you could see the difference in performance over the season between the two teams. Mm-hmm. And she comes up against him, and the whole game just felt like I watched it with her. And if you just look at those stats, like how did she lose that game? Like I don't get it. Like it's the manner in which it's happening. I think because it's happening a lot with my teams, and it's just the manner. Like there's no way you should miss that many. And I think this and something else, other matches, and I've been trying to deny it for a little while, but I think it's told me something about the mechanics of the engine. And like I can't put it into words without what I say getting misunderstood or misinterpreted. So I can't put it into words to explain what I want to say. But what I can do is test it. So I'm gonna test it, and if I'm proved right, then I will have found a fatal flaw in this engine and the reason I hate it so much. So yeah, I'll let you know as the weeks go on, because I will be testing what's in my head. I'll be testing it a lot. So yeah, I just wanted to show that.
You can't be missing 17 shots. I mean, in the survey that we just filled in,
shots.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense. I did put it in the survey. I think my comment was like, can you make my strikers, if they have open goals, be able to put the ball in it or something?
Right.
Because it's them ones that frustrate me. I mean, missing shots I get, but I do see quite a few where I'm like,
that should have been
surely
there.
Is an open goal.
But
right?
It's not just once. It's not just once a game. It's multiple times a game. It's like, okay, yeah, I can imagine once that happening, but 3-4 times?
Yeah. What was the thing that used to be on Football Manager? The dodgy lasagna.
Oh my God.
Like they've all had a dodgy lasagna every game, innit?
Okay,
anyway.
So I will run through my clubs. As you will see here, I have bought a brand new club. Alcobaça Monks in Portugal. I saw it was pretty cheap, and the reason I've bought this is just because I had about 13 or 14 players when I'd sorted out my teams that were about Spark level, and I was like, I could loan them out, but this last season I got burnt with a couple of loans that got, down to 50%. The guy who had him was losing, gave up, and just absolutely wrecked the progression. So I'm like, I'm apprehensive to loan out again. And I want to just look after my own players. So I've literally bought this. Not bothered about what happens. This is just a place for my players to play. I can look after them. I can progress them myself. Like, I've got control over it. So that's why I bought that team. Fortress, we ended up finishing 5th. Tied on points with 4th. We came really close. Again, just a weird run. The top beaters, we then drew with superstar clubs who are... where are they? Where the hell is Superstars Club? Oh, I think it's this one. I think it's Birkenhead Stompers, who got relegated, and we lost. We drew with them, then lost to Chan Chan, and then the team who finished second, we won. Like it was just an odd one for me. But again, I've ended the experiment. It's over. Defense high, its ceiling was ice, I think. Haven't sorted out with RonJon the players for next season yet, but that's because he's got all his players off being allowed to send pre-contacts, and with an agency that side, I can imagine why, because I get a few offers, even myself, and it pisses me off. So if you've got 2,000 players, I imagine there's so many offers that come in. But I'll get this sorted before the new league, and just see if I can get it promoted playing 3-5-2. With Castle, we finished second, just a point behind top. We then went into the second place playoff and won 7-0. A real statement there, I think. The problem is now this is now a Stone team. I don't really have any players to fill a second Stone team. As you're going to see in a minute, I've got another Stone team. So yeah, if people have stone level players about 74 and above that, they want games, they want people, someone who's going to look after their players, then please get in touch because I've got space. I think I've got a right back that I got off you, Root, and a cam. And other than that, the team's empty right now. I'll probably dive into the loan market, but obviously if people have got players they want, get plenty of game time in stone, then please do get in contact with me, and I can fill out this team. We then have Rossonero Mamba MFC. We ended up finishing 10th. Considering we started this here against Colchester Triple Crowns and we was on 11, I think I did all right. We didn't survive. And this is again, like, I lost games here, and this was against the team right next to me. And this was against another team that was, like, near me. And I lost them, and I wasn't that upset about it because it's like, I haven't had time to work on my tactics, number of factors. I'm okay with this loss. The manner I lost this game is fine. Whereas then I lose other games and I get infuriated because it's the way it happens. So yeah, that's going to be another Stone team. I've got a full team for this one that I've already, pre-contracted. That should do well. Hopefully those players will progress to get into my main team, which finished second. We went into the second place playoffs, and this is where it all started to go wrong because, as you can see from these results here, apart from this one, again, Monkey Fire, I lost to Monkey Fire. Now, Monkey Fire were clearly the strongest team in the division. Like, on the projections, you can see they are above everyone else. They're supposed to finish here. And we finished, we lost to these. They were just better. He out-tacticked me. He outsmarted me. Fine, it felt okay. But then I come to this game, and everything I'd set just went out the window. All my tactical instructions just went out the window. As you can see, apart from this game against Monkey, I set myself up to be really defensively solid because that was an issue I was finding. I was conceding goals. I was like, if I just don't concede, I'll be okay. All the settings I did, and it just fell apart in this game against Tribal Chiefs. They were pulled apart. I had my centre-backs playing full-back, but it wasn't like my full-backs were going in to play centre-back to cover them. They were just, I had 4 full-backs, and I couldn't understand why it was happening because all my instructions said don't do that. And then the other thing was my striker played right wing for the whole game, which was another thing that I couldn't understand. Like, he hasn't done that in any game this season, but in this one, he decided to play right wing. And again, it's not because my right wing had pulled inside and he was covering the space. He was holding hands with the right wing the entire game. And I'm like, why? What is happening here? So I was pretty mad that we lost that 3-0. But then we came into this game against Victoria, the second against that, and we lost 4-3. And this game just felt so fucking scripted. Like, you can see here, over these 2 games, I've conceded 7 goals over 2 games.
And you never was conceding at all.
Look at my league. I've conceded 14 goals the entire season. And then in 2 games, I've conceded half of that. And again, this was similar to this game here. My defence just were all over the place. It was like they forgot how to play. Thankfully, my strikers were, they did well. And he scored and kept us in the game. But then you'll see here by the XG and stuff, it looks pretty even. But it's even because of this, a 95th minute penalty. And like I said, it just felt so fucking scripted. It was annoying. And then, they scored. I equalised. Right after half-time, they scored. And then I scored. And then immediately following this highlight, we get the kick-off. And I don't even have to say it. I mean, you can see what happened. I don't even have to say what happened. Everyone knows what happened. Like, it was kick-off immediately following a goal. You what?
What's the overalls in these teams? I remember looking at this and I saw the penalty, which obviously super-juiced the XG. But I was curious. I can't remember what the overalls difference was.
We're pretty even.
Yeah, it's not. Yeah, it's pretty even, that.
Like...
Yeah.
I mean, you could argue he's got tired of players. I know.
Yeah,
91, people say 91 doesn't make a difference. It's not that big of a deal unless it's me playing with a 91 and then they drop a 5.6 stinker every time. But my opponents, that doesn't seem to happen, and yeah, it just felt odd. Just the way the way it all happened, the way it all went down, and that's where a lot of my frustration comes from. And devil's advocate, I'm salty. You know, if I was editing the video, this is where I'd put a salty alert. You know, because I am really fucking salty about this, and yeah, it's just mad. And now next season, I'm going to be that guy because now next season I've got a bronze club in Iron. So if anybody's got a problem with that, blame the fucking engine. Because deal with it. Like, I bought the players, I'm going to use them. So I've got a bronze team in Iron. Oh well, like. So yeah, I mean, like I said, it's going to be mad. People will look at that and be like, "That's an amazing season," but for me, it's not. Like I've had a terrible season. Like in my
I think,
world.
Yeah, I think when you've had 14 goals against you in 22 games. And then you've obviously had the cup as well, where I think you kept a good chunk of clean sheets and
I
what
didn't
have you.
concede many, at all.
Exactly. And then to concede 7 in 2 against teams of a similar stature, which you've already also been up against in those things, I can totally get why that would really
it just made no sense.
Upset, but equally anger as well. So
Yeah.
both those emotions, because it's heartbreaking really, because you're going into those thinking. You wouldn't have been happy if you'd lost 1-0, but you'd have got it more, right?
Yes.
You'd have got your mind could understand it, but it's the
that
fact
was
that
just-
you took a 3-0 drubbing in the first one, and it's like, how does that make sense? Make it make sense.
Yeah.
So I get it. I do get it from that perspective, without a doubt.
Yeah. So.
The next season, bigger, better.
Well,
Stronger.
no, because it's the same fucking engine, so I'm gonna have the same fucking complaints. Unless my theory that I'm thinking and I'm going to test, if that's right, then I won't have any complaints because I'll know how to win.
I'm looking forward to that. Do you want to go next, Big Mr. K? Or do you want me to go next? You're in the middle of
Go on
something.
then.
Yeah,
I'll
you
go next. That's fine. Let's have a look then. Make sure I make my way over to mine. How did we get on? So I'm on the agency at the moment. I'll go over the clubs that I do have because I think I'll be sticking with the Dow team for next season. We finished the season in second, 3 points off the top. There was a couple of games in here where we drew and lost a couple of games where there was 3 draws here and we didn't deserve to draw those games. Anyway, finished second, won in the playoffs, so we're up to gold now. So that'll be an interesting new challenge.
Nice.
Silver team.
Congrats.
Thanks, man. Silver team. We stayed up. The last game of the season, it was we were literally watching 4 different games at the same time, me and my co-owners, because it was really tightly across a number of teams. I think Vigo were playing Quito. They were playing this team here. We were playing at Galaxy there. There were so many variables that could mean we could drop into the relegation playoff spot. We avoided it. Matched up with the 4-2-3-1 with our 4-2-3-1. This was the team that we lost in the cup. If you want to see some of the goalkeeping, as I recall, now let me have a look. Was it the third goal in particular? I think the third goal was the one that particularly annoyed me when I was watching it. I mean, they have a ridiculously good striker. This Sololovov managed to score a goal.
What?
I was just like,
What?
What happened there?
he scored. That's what happened there. He took the throw in. He took the throw in. Yeah. Well, somehow, if we get a bit closer to goal, let's pause it. He had ridiculous pace and stuff like that. He was a very good player, but the goalkeeper comes, meets him, doesn't come all the way, and he manages to squeeze it in at the near post across goal. I was annoyed at that one, but it happened. It is what it is. I wasn't particularly thrilled with this one. This one, as I recall, was a cross where I was from Hail Mary cross from nowhere. For some reason, our striker's here and loses the ball. Fine, that happens. Comes across, slow it up for a second so we can just see. Cross comes in, headers it from there. We go there.
Oh.
And at that point, I was a bit like, yeah, I'm not a fan of this game so far. Anyway, we went on to lose the game 3-1. It is what it is. He was a very good striker. That guy was the stand-up player in both teams. This team were the tragic bronze team, which honestly, rubber the green in the amount of games that we should have got points, at least points from or won, they got relegated. So I've got a 19. Fine. Peacocks finished 4th in the end, I think they did. Yeah, I think second season in a row that we finished 4th. Yeah, we finished fourth in that league. Quite happy with that result there. Quito are in the playoff final tonight. We were on for finishing second in the league, but this team here, we won 3-1 on our last game of the season. They won 5-0 and beat us by 1 goal and goal difference to take second spot. So we're going the long way round, and we've got the game this evening. I'm not sure what the future is for Quito at the moment as to whether A, they're going to be in iron or stone, or equally, whether I'll be running them or not next season. Still discussing that one. So I'll put a pin in that one for now. This is a new club that I've got myself as an ice team. I've got the Phoenix are going up to ice. I'll have 2 ices. This is a team I've just picked up as well. They're in Spark, 2 in Flint. The Foundation lost their playoff games. We got a ridiculously hard draw in the playoff, to be honest, for Thingy, but we had no right really to be in the playoffs at all, given the strength of that team. So I'm not bothered. I'm quite happy to have 2 Flint teams. One of my other teams I've lent to one of my Silver Club owners for the season. He's just loaning him for this season because he wants to do a bit of experiment around really high average pace.
I've been
squad. Yeah, he's really, really sound his fish. So he's running that this season. So I've got that other club there, which I'll take back at some point, and then just having various conversations at the moment about picking up potentially some more licenses, potentially a few more players, and then needing to work out what I'm going to do with all this. Because, as I said before, about just if we're going for the average ages that I've got a few in their 30s now. I've got a few sort of who will be 30 come the rollover day. I've been very blessed so far without any retirement symbols. That won't last forever. So yeah, in terms of planning, I've not really done much. I've been throwing players towards the Yorkshire Tea XP team, naturally. You boys, if you're needing anything, I've been sort of throwing players in their sort of community-based sort of teams, putting players forward for the Silver Club. So yeah, I'm just going to wait until I've got a bit more stuff done, start planning out the teams a bit more. Then I'll have a bit more of an idea as to what I need to do, basically, with that MFL, where we need to be stocking up. So yeah.
Gosh.
Very good. Okay, let's have a look. Share. I was hesitating. I didn't think I was going to do it. Yeah, okay, cool. So, clubs. We'll start with the Yorkshire Tea XP, which Bruce has transferred over to me. He did an absolutely epic job last season. Lost 1 game the whole season. Went up as champions. I don't think there's much more to say about it. And we've got, I don't know if we showed him last week, but an absolutely amazing kit. I just love the kit.
Can you play with that?
Yeah, I've been playing with it, yeah. Cause I've
Oh,
been
so you
using...
can change it now, even though you don't have the thing, but because it's on there, you can...
Because it's on there, yeah. I'm just
nice.
playing it, so that's why I've not touched them, yeah.
Nice.
I'll just use those kits this season, because I love that kit. So, yeah, see how we look after them in Spark, or I look after them. So I'm going to be running the club next season, and then Mr. K will run them in ice. I'll just get ahead of myself. So we've already sorted our team out. We've got our 18 guys coming in. I'm not going to show what that looks like, but that's I think it looks like a good squad. So happy with that. I'm not going to touch on those. Dockside, I think we already pretty much knew they were. I think we said on the last pod that they'd gone up as champions. So Invincibles, didn't lose a game all season, conceded 10 goals. Obviously they've gone up, so they've rebuilt them for next season. And then some absolute miracle. Rum lads, literally, I just don't even, I'm still lost for words every time I look at this league table, to be honest. Because we were predicted down here, and we're up here. We lost 3 games all season. And just, went up on the champions on the final day. So absolutely buzzing. So these guys obviously will now be in stone. So they have literally had an overhaul of practically all their players by about 4. So when I said before Dockside I'd try and keep them all together, that just went out the window. Purely because I got an opportunity here and there to do various things. So it made sense to go strengthen this, which therefore means Dockside will be stronger in ice. In theory, I'm not sure where Dockside will be predicted, but I would imagine they're going to be somewhere here with the team they're going to end up with. So, and then I'm just looking at licenses as well, really, to see what I want to do with players. Just because of what you were saying, Bruce, and we're talking about it a bit before the pod, there's something about looking after your own players at the moment. I've gone through since you were talking about it in the Discord. I loan a lot of players to this guy that runs his team called Nasher FC. I think I loaned him a load of players last season, and I've loaned him probably, God, at least 11, 12 for season 10 already, if not more. But I know he looks after them, and I know he's trying to get out of Spark, and he'll be challenging for promotion, and he does the rotation really well and keeps them all up really good. He only missed out going up by the playoffs, to be honest. So, I know he'll look after them, so they're fine. But I've still got a chunk that, when I looked back at when they were loaned out, like, it's quite clear someone just got them to the 10-game clause just to get them there and then just left them. Or, like you said, a couple of them just played them, like, for 22 out of 22 games.
Yeah.
Just not getting anything. So.
It's okay when you've got someone you know, or you've got history with, and they're going to look after them, and you're sending a big chunk to them. That's cool, but just randomly sending people out, I'm a bit apprehensive to do it now.
Yeah. Well, I've done totally different. Because last year I had almost everybody on auto accept, just because it was just probably a bit of laziness, but equally like just get them out on loan. But this time I've got none of them on auto accept, so I've put all the conditions on there, and I'm just vetting them now. Yeah. And I'm not worried to look at the club and go, you don't look like you've even, it should maybe your first season. Not that I won't loan to you, but like I'll try and reach out to them on Discord and say like, what is it you're trying to achieve? So I've got some conversations going on with about 2 or 3 people now to try and understand what they're trying to do. Do they seem like they're wanting to play MFL, or are they just finding their feet? Because if they're finding their feet, that's fine. They can have all those like 60 and less players. But if they're wanting to give it a good go, I'll give them some of the better players because it feels like they're actually going to give it a go. Cool. So, yeah, brilliant season for me overall. I'm made up with that, so that's really good. So I said at the beginning that we're not going to obviously do Topic of the Week, and we're going to do the RonJon Challenge. So as you remember, I'll just say that we all had a club. RonJon kindly gave us. We set the tactic at the beginning of the season. In the midway point, we could make some tweaks if we needed to or wanted to. I think we all decided to let our teams run out, I think, the way they were playing. And I think you're just going to run through them, Bruce, so there's no point in me saying anything. You're going to screen share and what have you.
Yeah, so I think the first thing we need to decide is, in total, between us, we earned 4,220 MFL. 2,355 from league play and 1,865 from cup play. So that 4,220, we need to decide what we do with that. He said he can hold it, we can open packs, whatever we want. He can keep hold of it, and if we want a pack, whatever. I vote winner takes all. Every time. I vote winner takes all. I have no idea. Honestly, I know the parameters. He sent me the parameters. I haven't checked anything because I thought it'd be a lot more fun to do it live.
Do you trust him though, Root? You might well have checked this and knows that's why he's advocating for it.
Fuck off.
To be honest, Bruce saying that, I would trust him. If that had come out of your mouth, I'd say we're splitting it.
I think it makes more sense anyway that we just the winner takes all. Otherwise, there's no winner.
It'd be fun. I think it'd be fun. Winner takes all. It puts
I don't have to work out first, seconds, third. Let's see who did what in each of the criteria, first, seconds, and thirds, and stuff like that, however he's banned it out. But yeah, I just think winner takes all.
Yeah,
why not?
6 common players going on there. Come on.
So he put 55 possible conditions into a wheel and spun it 10 times to give us 10 conditions. Right. So he has sent me the conditions, and I'm going to go through each one. I will share my screen and go through each of the clubs. I need you guys to keep track. I need you guys.
How did he come up with 55 even off the bat?
Well, you'll hear him. You'll hear him. It's pretty cool. Wow. Some of them are pretty cool. It's literally so wide open. Anyone can win this. Right, so what I'll do is I'll share each team. I'll go through each of the conditions and share each team and find out who won each one, and then you guys need to just track the scores for me.
Shall we? Are we doing like there's a score per category, or is whoever won that category?
So it's 1 point for the winner of the category.
Right,
if there is a tie, both get a point. Everyone gets a point. So if it's a 3-way tie, all 3 of us get a point.
Yay!
Okay.
I'll just open up a spreadsheet real quick.
Yeah. So condition number 1 is the right midfielder with highest full season match rating in the minimum of 15 matches. Right. So I'm going to presume secondary positions count. So anybody with right midfield. So as we see here, Major, right midfield. He didn't play 15 games, so he doesn't count. Stetsiuk played 23 games. He's right midfield. He got 6.4. So I will now switch to grumpy old fucker, and I will find his right midfielder, Christoph. 21 games played. He also got 6.4. Patak, he's a right midfielder. He only played 10. This guy whose name I can't pronounce.
6.2. Yeah.
6.2.
So it's a draw at the moment between you two.
So at the moment, and then Funny Man MFC, you have Via, 21 games, 6.3. Oh, and that's it. You know it.
Yep.
Okay, so that is a point for me and Root.
Yep. And no points for...
Okay.
Done.
That's correct.
So, number 2 is called the Taking One for the Team Award. Most fouls suffered, full season individual player in league play. So what would fouls suffered? It's under attack, isn't it? Yes. Right, so fouls suffered. Most fouls suffered.
Just
The
sort of
Gloria... Oh, yeah, I can.
42.
42 for the Gloria. So that's the leader right now. It's still Mr. K, because your highest is 40.
We can't see it, Bruce.
I forgot to share.
It's all good. It's all good.
My God, yeah. Nafar, his highest was
it's
40.
gone off now. Nothing's sharing now.
Oh my God. Right.
Would you like one of us to share screen so you can concentrate on the thingies if I load up the
I
chat?
I was about to use a different word. I'm an absolute idiot. I keep clicking the wrong button. So can you see grumpy old fucker?
Yep.
Right. So
40.
highest fouls suffered is 40. So Mr. K is in the lead right now. And then share this tab instead. You got Silver Fox.
Mm-hmm.
And fouls suffered 49. So I take the point there.
Yep.
Okay. Number 3. Sniper Award is the highest individual full season XG. So XG is here. So Montez got 16.08. That's the score to beat. We will then go to Root. 9.53 for Root. So he's out of the running.
Wow.
And then for Mr. K, 6.49. So that's another point for me.
Fuck yeah.
Okay, number 4. The Turnstile Award. And that is most dribbled past for individual player in league play. And that is defense, dribble pass.
Yeah, it will be.
Wow. Via got 119.
You're still on mine.
Share this tab instead. My bad.
Yeah.
Via got
119.
19. Right.
Good man.
So share this tab instead. Grumpy old fucker. Oof.
Ooh.
Yeah, Chambers with 124.
Mine was a right mid. Yours is a left back. Ooh.
And then for me, what the fuck? What the fuck?
He didn't defend. He just didn't defend.
What did he even bother with?
What? I've got like 3 or 4. I beat you with 4 players. Jesus Christ.
After the next one, which will be halfway point 5, because there's 10, isn't there, we're doing?
Yes.
After the 5th, I'll tell you the tally of where we're at.
Okay, so number 5.
We're winning.
Number 5 is Enforcer Award. Most fouls committed for individual player in league play. So fouls committed.
Definitely should have had more aggressive on every one.
Yeah, innit? So for me, it's Stetsiuk with 44.
Yep.
We'll change to Grumpy Old Fucker and Christoph with 41. And then we'll move over to
Come on, boys. Come on, boys. He gets a point.
He gets nothing.
Sympathy point.
Okay, so at the halfway, the tally is Mr. K has 0.
Fuck.
Ouch.
Root has 1. And Bruce has 5.
I told you you'd been checking the scores before we
I
started.
swear to God I have not. I swear to God
It's
I have
fine.
not.
We trust you.
So
Fuck off.
we need a big second half of the
Yeah,
competition.
listen, with the things that are here, like there's a chance, definitely a chance.
It's all good fun.
So, number 6 is creative genius. Most chances created for individual player. So, for Funny Man MFC, it's Potter with 44 chances created.
Potter.
Potter. Okay. For Grumpy Old Fucker, 38.
Is that
Oh, I'm winning. I'm winning one.
Come on, get this one. You've got this one. This is you.
And for me,
Oh, stop sharing his screen.
off.
Absolute cinema.
Again.
He's
I've
editing
done
the
it
page. He's
again.
editing the web page. He's
Jesus
editing the data.
Christ.
He's editing the
Absolute
data, Mr.
cinema.
K.
I don't know
The
why I
viewers
keep
are on the edge of their seats.
clicking the wrong button.
Look. That was 37. Now it says 57.
Oh,
He's
shut
editing
up.
the data. He's editing
Oh, sus.
the data. Yeah, that
So-
is sus, isn't it?
Oh,
I was about to get a point and everything. It's fine.
It's off.
Bruce,
And
if
then
you
we had
really
a
want the
technical
4,000
difficulty.
MFL,
He's
you
literally
read-
gone to the inspector in the tab, the source inspector, and just
Fine.
edited the 5 in there.
You
Fine,
can
don't
just
worry about
write
it.
it off. Okay.
Like a right back with 57 chances created. Yeah, that's sus. Was it on risky passing?
Yeah.
don't worry about it, mate. I'm happy to donate the 4,200 MFL if you're that hard up.
Shut
All right.
up. Shut up.
Come on, then, next one.
Number 8 is the Pinpoint Crossing
Number 7?
Award. Oh,
That's the
no,
one
no,
you
no.
won.
Sorry, my bad. Yeah. No, number 7. Heavy on the pepper or keeper with the most saves in league play. So we go to goalkeeper and saves. Right, Centurion has 71.
Wow.
So,
We
1 point to Bruce.
Okay, shut up. Grumpy. See, there we go. 83
Come on.
for Root. So Root is now in the lead. And let's go to Funny Man and
Here we go. Yeah.
what? We're not like really far behind. What the hell?
Do your team do anything?
It's called the default. The default
That's
tactic.
why. That's why.
Also, we all finished in exactly the same position in the league as well, and I just played
Yeah, but you
default
two are in
tactics
playoffs as
all
well.
season.
Yeah, we are in playoffs.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I took
Right,
it down
okay.
properly.
So this one is a strange one. I think we'll just have to decide it ourselves here, right?
I win.
So Pinpoint Crossing Award. Most successful crosses for individual player. Now, are we going to go on the percentage or the actual number?
Percentage.
Percentage. Are we
Yeah,
sure?
I don't care. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Right. So,
I don't
Funny
even know if you
Man
can sort that, can you? Oh, yeah.
is
No.
Potter with
Yeah, but then there's a 20 something at the bottom, don't forget as well. Look.
Potter.
what?
Decker, he's got 20 something, hasn't he? So you're going to have to be careful when you sort it.
I don't care. Just top one.
Yeah, okay. We'll just do the top one then.
Let's do the top one.
So, yeah, Potter, 26%. 22 of 86, 26%.
Potter.
Potter. So, we've got Root. And
Come off it. I've got like
Unlucky,
a 20.
mate.
I've got like a 29
Unlucky.
there.
Unlucky.
Oh my
No chance.
God.
Bollocks.
It's got to be the
Bollocks.
top one.
Unlucky.
It's got to be the
Oh,
We agreed.
unlucky.
Can you sort
We
it again?
agreed.
Sort
We
it
agreed
again.
before it
Keep
started.
pressing on crossing so it does it again. Like, do it a few
Lucky.
times again and again.
Oh, look,
And
0,
again,
yeah.
And again.
Yeah,
There we go,
okay.
that was it. I was happy with the
So
second one.
Root is out. Root is out.
What? an absolute
And let's
rubbish.
go
There
to
we go. I can't actually
20%.
read it.
32 of
So
160.
Mr. K gets that.
Mr. K gets the point there.
But by some
Potter.
random, the way the MFL site sorts a column. No problem, no problem. Not bitter, it's fine.
Yeah, because technically, I had the most successful crosses with 32, but it's fine. It is what it is. So number 9 is the PowerPoint Award. Most points for league play. So I believe this is actually a tie because I've got 23 points.
I think I did.
Root has got
Nothing, because you stopped sharing the screen.
18. Yeah, so Root's out.
Yeah, we can see all this.
Oh, for fuck's... Why do I keep clicking the wrong button? I'm such a...
Oh my days.
I don't know why.
I actually think if we do this again next season, I am not having grumpy old fucker. I swear to God. I think
I'll explain when we've done it, like what he's doing for next
Bruce
season.
can have a name like that next time.
Right, so 18 points. So you're out of the running route.
Yeah.
And then for Mr. K, he's got 23. A point for me and Mr. K.
Right, we've got one round to go. So I'm on 2, Mr. K's on 2, and you are on 7.
So I've won.
So I think on this, no. It's the final question. Did he not? Oh, did he not tell you? You timed it by 10.
Oh, right,
10 points for the last one. Yeah, 10
Oh,
points for the last one. And we all agree on that one, yeah? 10 points?
You could get multiple points. You could get multiple points because this one is
10 points.
So number 10 is the Cup Hardware Award. Earn a point for any player trophies earned in IMMF Cup play. So to go through this, I'll probably have to go through this.
I don't think any of us got any.
Maybe not. I'll just double check. Passers, nope. And goalkeeper, nope.
Right. I see.
Which club was that one you were doing? Was that yours or
That
mine?
That was
mine.
funny, man. Yeah, that was funny, man.
0.
And then for Root, you only got to the group stage, so I'll be very surprised if you've got anything here. Yeah, nothing, and nothing. Okay, so we can still do the 10 points for the final one if we want, you know.
Yeah, you might have fuck all as well, so this is
So, Aspirants Cup, I did get to the semi-finals, though. So,
nice.
I don't believe I've got anyone here, though. Yeah, no.
Could it be goalkeepers?
Oh,
yes.
he's fourth, though. No, I didn't get the trophy.
Oh.
I didn't get the trophy.
It's only you get a trophy.
Yeah, so there we go. That is it. Over. So can you just reel off the final scores?
Yeah.
Don't forget to add the 10 on for me and you. He agreed to it. He said he'd give us 10 points.
Shut up.
He said yes.
10 points if you got the last one, yeah?
No, I didn't say that last bit. I just said 10 points for me and Root, and you just kept going, yeah.
So me and Mr. K both have 12 each based on the 10-point rule. And you have 7. Yeah. Mate, I'm happy to share the MFL, actually.
We'll split it, yeah. We'll split it. Nice one, mate.
So from now on, whenever we introduce me in the pod, right, I want it changing in the thing that I am the reigning, undefended, undisputed, undefeated RonJon Challenge champion, Bruce Lee. And that needs to go in every time.
Every spiel at the beginning of every pod.
Every single spiel of every single pod. I will hold up the pod until you do it. So...
Okay, so brewed in the heart of Yorkshire by 2 MFL-obsessed managers, the Big Mr. K, with the Lord, the Master, the
undisputed champion
of the RonJon Challenge, Mr. Bruce Lee.
I like that. Yeah, that's good. That's good.
You wondered where I was going, but that was all point.
That was good. That was good.
I'm leading on the pod next week. I will not be doing that.
Mate, you have to read whatever gets written in the Word document. That's why it's there.
I don't read the bloody Word document, so...
I've noticed. So have you... I love that. And you know what? 55 things on the spin wheel. That is insane.
Yes. I don't know how it's going to work. He says he's got next season's already sorted, but we're going to get different teams.
I think we need more than 10.
Well, we maybe do.
Yeah. I love it.
He says next season it's going to be a preview of what he does when he's delegating clubs. So I don't know any more than that. So yeah, it should be interesting. It sounds intriguing. Yeah, I don't know any details, but he's happy for us to run it again next season. He was very happy with that. Of course, we tried to get him on. He had personal issues. We couldn't come on, unfortunately, but we do need to get him on in the new year. We talked about it. And he says after December, he should be able to come on, which would be great because we need to have him as a guest. The fact that he's done all this for us, we need to get him on as a guest at some point, 100%. So yeah, in the new year, hopefully we'll be able to get RonJon on. And again, thank you very much for doing that, RonJon. We appreciate it. It was a little bit of fun. Even he said as well, it'll be easier for us to track when he can actually delegate as the clubs. Yeah. But right now we've just got to do what we're going to do.
That'll make it more fun because, like, obviously he's got another 45 things that he could do it on.
Yeah.
But if we were doing it, we don't know what those other 45 are. But if we're managing the clubs, obviously he's just doing the rotation the best he can. We can literally think,
We can pick. Yeah.
this, that, the other, whatever, like Crossmore or whatever. Anyway, I think it'd be just another added layer. It'd be really good. But it has been good to be able to do it, for sure.
Yeah. I've had a lot of fun.
I have.
Yeah.
Cool. Great. Nice one. So that's the RonJon challenge, and it sounds like we're going to be able to do something again for the next season, but we just don't know what as yet. So I'm sure you'll let us know when that comes
Hold
up.
on. Have you been relegated, Adam? Because I know your game's just been played. You might have just been relegated.
Me?
No, Adam.
Oh, Mr. K.
Yeah,
That's
because
it.
his
It's
game was
early.
played.
Was it already? I thought it was
Oh,
Oh,
funny man. You mean?
Oh, 7 to. Oh, I forgot we started
No,
early. I'm
7:25.
such an idiot. No, I forgot we started early. I was like,
Yeah.
Oh,
7:25 for Mr. K.
yeah,
I
so
assume you meant 7:25 for that one.
I forgot we started
Cool.
early.
Hey.
Yeah.
Cool. Right, so next up, we've got the tactics corner. So we tried our first time of just running in the Discord, and that went swimmingly, seeing as it just a tie vote across all three tactics. So we've split them out. I've selfishly not chose to do the 4-1-2-1-2N because I didn't want to have to try something different, and I also didn't want to give away my own tactic, which is so nasty. But I didn't want to. I was worried trying something else, so I opted to go for something different. So we've got Bruce is running the 4-2-4. Mr. K's done the 4-1-2-1-2 narrow, and I've done the 4-3-1-2 to see how that pans out as well. So I think you were the most excited here, Bruce, to do this. I know you've just done that last section. Do you want to go, or do you want to go, Mr. K, for the tactics corner first?
I mean, let Bruce go if he fancies it.
If you want. Yeah.
Yeah, I know you were super excited to do the 4-2-4, so...
Yeah, I do. I used it quite a bit for the goal rush, thanks to SUFC Blades and obviously Rory. And I looked at it and I was like, this shouldn't work at all, but it did. And that's pretty much what's happened with this one. I didn't get a chance to do much testing. I did some testing on Friday and Saturday. The plan was to do more testing today, but I lost in the playoffs in a completely horrible fashion. So I just stepped away from MFL. I was just like, fuck MFL, I don't care, I'm walking away. So I didn't get a chance to do any tactics, clear my head for a bit. So I start here against this team, Rumlads. As you can see, when I started my tactic.
What a knobhead.
And as you can see, I smashed him 7-1. I did let Root know that I smashed him 7-1, and he had a bit of a grief because he scored a goal. So I played him again and took the goal off him and won 8-0. But this is the beauty why I didn't actually have to do a lot of testing, is because Hoodwink of the Ramble, great guy, I love Hoodwink, he is such a class guy. He just kept running friendlies against it. As you can see, he was like, I'm gonna keep going until I win. And then he finally got a win, and then he was like, I need to keep going, and then he just went back to losing. So there is a few here that I had done myself, which is this 1-2-1, a 1-1 draw there. We lost to this guy because I found 4-2-3-1. It didn't like it, this particular 4-2-3-1, but then Hoodwink's 4-2-3-1 did seem to fare much better against it. So maybe that was just variance. And then this one here. So pretty good results. And I think the thing with this is, because I look at this and I'm like, if I came up against it at 4-2-4 in real life, you'd be like, okay, well, that's easy. We just control the midfield. We overload the midfield. They can't do anything. Unfortunately, that's not how this plays, right? Because these guys are kind of irrelevant in this formation. It's about this back four and this front four. And what kind of happens is, you can overload the midfield. Oh yeah, we'll control the midfield. But what happens is my right back gets the ball and he just hits it up the line to my right wing, and then we're on attack. Or my centre-back will get the ball, and it'll just ping a ball to one of the wingers and completely bypass this midfield. And I'm not even playing on direct either. It's just how it naturally plays. Like, it just goes defence to attack, attack to defence. And all the use these guys have here is, oh, we're attacking, let's go support the attack. Oh, we're defending, let's go support the defence. We're not playing the ball here. So if your aim is to control the midfield against this formation, I don't think it'll work because they just bypass it completely. I'll go into the instructions. I brought my attacking width a bit narrow. I could have probably gone wide, but I just wanted, like I said, it goes from attack to defence. I just wanted a clusterfuck in the box. And that kind of happened. I went balanced directness. This one never changes. Take less long shots, cross less, and dribble less. And then I went more offensive. For the out of possession, for team depth, I put it just before the H. For compactness, I put it right in the middle. And then trigger press more often, more aggressive, and play out of defence. We will then go into the player instructions. Sorry. Goalkeeper, as always. I don't know why I bother showing it. Right back and left back, I put them on cross more often and balanced. Centre backs, low and balanced. The midfielders, again, there's not a lot that you needed to do with them. I just put them on balanced and put them both on risky passing. The wingers, again, here, ignore this. This is just for stats. But I put them on high positional freedom and more offensive. And then for the striker, conservative passing, high positional freedom, and more offensive. And that's the same for both of them. And like I said, the way this plays is it's just defence to attack. Attack to defence. The midfield just gets bypassed completely. So if you're looking to overwhelm the midfield, it doesn't matter because these guys are just spraying balls. It's not like they pass it here for a triangle and he passes it here. Even if they do to pass to one of the centre midfielders, the immediate thought of the centre midfielder is get it forward. And like I said, I'm not even on direct. It just seemed to do that no matter what. Just straight up defence to attack, and I found it quite fun. Considering, I don't enjoy this engine a whole lot, but I just found it really fun because it was Hudwig said it himself. He's like, I love watching it because it's like if I press forward and you get the ball back, then it's straight away I'm on the defence and my players are out of position. It catches people out, and I think that's a big reason why this formation succeeds. So I mean, if you're going to stop this, I mean, maybe play a low line. I mean, I don't know. I don't want to give away how to stop it because I might actually use this. But yeah, controlling the midfield is just pointless because the midfield's pointless in this formation.
I've used it a lot in Flint and in Spark for those sorts of teams, and you can counter it, but it's not easy.
Yeah,
because it's basically if the opposition get control of the game, so you can't attack or your attacks are repelled all the time, then all you're doing is defending, which you haven't got loads of numbers. The midfielders aren't contributing, but like you say, it only takes. I've had games where it's been a fairly even game, but I've walked away like a landslide winner because I'm just creating so many good chances from it. 3 at the back formations were interesting against this. They were on a knife edge more than any other formation. 3-5-2 and 3-5-2. I've got a game example where I could have won my Flint League with the 4-2-4 with an extremely underpowered team, but it just kept working. And I came up against the 3-5-2B, I think it was, towards the end of the season. I think I lost 4-2 or something in the end, but we both had almost 3 XG each from it. It's just they took their chances. We didn't take ours. But even shots to XG was incredibly even, and it's just one of them sort of games. So, yeah, it very much is just attack versus defence. There's no controlling the game.
Yeah, it doesn't matter, does it?
Fun.
Yeah, it is fun. It is fun. It's interesting because I tested 352B, loved it. I tested 424, loved it. It's like...
There you go, that's your plan. That's your plan. You will love the match engine. Just
I've just got to play a fucking gung-ho formation that's just like... Yeah.
Basically, yes.
Yeah.
You can't defend in this formation. I've seen a lot of these 5 at the back formations where people are getting some rub of the green, but they're getting battered. I remember watching. I was looking at one of the guys that's in the Dow and looking at his playoff game, coming up against a 5 at the back team, and he lost. And I looked at the score and I was like, "Whoa, what the hell happened there?" I went in. That team got battered, but they've obviously just counted them a couple of times.
Yeah.
But that doesn't work every game. It just doesn't.
No.
So, attack is the best way in this engine at the moment, definitely.
Cool. Do you want to go next, Mr. K?
Yeah, go on then.
Do you want me
Why
to
not?
go?
It's alright, I'll go. I'm actually been testing mine in the playoffs because I've been using it for Keto. So, as I said before, Keto finished third in the table. This is one of the teams where I've actually got some decent centre mids and cams, and I've got a decent CDM, and I had plenty of options going on with this one. So, I've actually been using the 3-5-2, which 4-1-2-1-2. I used it in the last couple of league games anyway because I just wanted to mix things up a bit. Used it in the first playoff game, which, as I recall, this was a very comfortable game overall against a 4-2-2, so I was happy to run this 4-1-2-1-2 narrow, and we controlled the game. Very much controlled the game with that one. And last night's game against these are the people who lost the second place playoff and therefore played me. They didn't normally play a 4-1-2-1-2 narrow, but they matched up with mine, and again just controlled the game. And you can see my in-game instructions. I do like my in-game instructions. It's either defend, attack, or fucking attack. It's one of the two. It depends on how desperate we are. So we're going to the tactic. For context, I had tried using, I don't know if it was yourself, Bruce, or yourself, Root, early in the season. I went, I want to have a go and just dabble with a 4-1-2-2. Can you just give me your base at the moment so I can have a play with it? And since then I've iterated on it. So I don't know which one of the two of you shared the one that you guys have sort of put together when you guys were using it. But that was my original base. That's where I started from. So in terms of attacking width, I wanted them not to be so compact. So I've put the attacking width out to, I'd say, what's that, about 65 to 70%ish. I've got balanced directness, no flank preference. I might as well just not discuss that one every week. Less long shots, balanced crossing, dribble less, and had it on more offensive. I think the one you gave me was on balance, and I've tried more offensive, and it works really well. I pushed up the line a tiny bit more, so again, I'm probably about the 65 to 70% mark, with a medium block. Trigger press more often, balanced aggressiveness. I think you guys were suggesting balanced clearances, and I moved it to play out of defence. Just because I'm getting my guys to be so aggressive and attack, I didn't want to be punting the ball back and then my guys being out of position. I'd rather start with the ball at the back so I know my defence is set and the DM, then we attack. Because I found sometimes the fullbacks were pushing on too early and we can get caught out. So we'll go to player instructions. Control the player defence of the goalkeeper. Fullbacks, have them on direct. I've been doing this all season with my fullbacks. Dribble more often. I don't know why it works so effectively, but it does. And balanced trigger press, which I've got across the entire back line. I think that one came from you guys, and I was happy with that more offensive way of playing. Same on the other fullback. Centre-backs, conservative passing, low positional freedom, and again, as I said before, the balanced trigger press. Roots guy over here, it's just on low positional freedom. I tried him on more defensive, but then he was just too out of the action too often. It wasn't providing an option, so I've just moved it back to low positional freedom. I put nothing on the centre midfielders because they're so bloody good for the style of team I've got. I was like, I don't need to do more. I think you guys had them on risky passing. Yeah. With me having more offensive on, I didn't feel like I needed risky passing because they were in good attacking positions and they were taking, they're making just very sensible passes. It's quite often that...
I wouldn't be able to resist with that 88 passing on.
I know.
Oh, risky, go on.
He's got it. Because what I tend to find with the centre mates is when I'm in attacking phases, they pop up here around the edge of the corner of the box. But they're so good at passing that they just pick out the right pass. They don't need the risky pass because they make the right pass on the regular. Yeah. Whereas if they were deeper, they'd make good passes, but they're not making goal-scoring chances very often. But because they're constantly up here around this sort of neck of the woods all the time, around the corners of the penalty box, they beat a man and then they whip it across. And I get so many sweaty goals from it, so I'm like, that works for me.
Nice.
The cam, balanced long shots. I kept it on for you guys, I think, have it on the strikers and the cam, and I kept it on. I'm still sorely tempted to keep putting less long shots on because I'm sick of chances being wasted with it, but I've left it. I've just left it because it seemed to be ticking over nicely. I like high positional freedom, this engine, especially if you marry that up with more offensive. Because, you know, high positional freedom means they can go up and down the pitch. But if you look at the heat maps, they do go down the pitch nowhere near as often if you've got more offensive. They stay more attacking, but they drift a lot more, which is what I want. And I like that with two striker formations, in particular because you get a lot of movement. So balanced long shots, conservative passing, more offensive. Not done high positional freedom because at times when I was watching it, the ball was coming forward, we're getting the ball forward, and he's fucked off over here, he's fucked off over here, he's over here, and I'm like, there's no one up front.
Yeah.
Like, you're all over the show. So I've not done that with this, because these guys link up all the time. Same for the other striker. We were right earlier in the season, Bruce. Little does better.
Way better.
Having a strike partner. With a strike partner.
Weird how that happens,
lot better.
it?
Yeah.
It's weird.
Yeah. I mean, this guy is pretty bloody good as to who he is and stuff, and how well-rounded he is, but he works really well as a pair. I mean, he's been the standout striker in the playoffs so far. He's the one getting the goals. So, I like the 4-1-2-1-2. I like it against certain formations, as you saw before, the 4-2-2-2, which can be a very dangerous formation. I like this formation. It's good against a 4-1-2-1-2 wide. I find the 4-1-2-2 is very good as well. I've tried using it against a 4-2-3-1. It's not as effective, but as we said in previous pods, I don't think there's like a clear meta of this formation always beats this one. It's very close, but I feel like when I've watched games and I've trusted league games rather than friendlies more this season, it's more telling in certain games how it all marries up and stuff. But I like the 4-1-2-1-2, and I like the fact I've got it as an option going into next season, especially with my teams and what I'm looking to build.
Yeah, I love the narrow, obviously. That's what I ran with all my teams. And
Yeah.
a chunk of what you've got there is probably the base of what I've got, with a few little minor tweaks. And it ran brilliant for all my clubs, to be honest. So, but it was interesting, Bruce, because you transferred me the YTXP club back. Obviously comes back with your tactics. So I could see your 4-1-2-1-2 narrow. So I saved it as Bruce. I just called it Bruce, so I didn't lose it. Because I would quite like, between now and obviously the season starting, to just have a play between the pros of mine, which is what I've said to you before, which I think it's really good at attacking. But yours just, I know I didn't concede a lot of goals, but yours just looks better defensively. But that's how you set up your tactics.
Yeah, I like
so quite good if I could get a mash of both those.
Yeah.
Sorry.
No. I was just saying,
Yeah, it'd be cool if I get a mashup of both those. That'd be quite cool. But yeah, I didn't actually appreciate that when you transfer a club, it takes the tactic, but I guess it.
Yeah, it does. Yeah.
Obviously. Right, cool. Right, I'll show my tactic testing. So I was quite happy that I did the.
Raining Wankstein, fuck you.
Is that what he's wrote?
I like the fact that, so I've been testing that, and then Bruce just piped up with that, so yeah, okay. A bit
I
harsh.
thought he meant a team I
He
played.
offered
I
to
was
do
like,
the
that's weird.
4-3-1-2. Come on, Bruce.
Well, the good thing is, and it's always those things that are obvious, isn't it? So, like, I haven't lost many games. I've kind of just won and drawn, which seems like the story of every time I tactic test, with a couple of losses and then some bigger wins in, a loss there, and some wins again and what have you. So, but the good thing about it is, which is obviously obvious now when I'm doing it, like when it's literally just this guy moving up from the narrow, and like, and it's obvious, but I hadn't thought about it. So when I did it and I changed it and it kept all my settings except for this guy, I was like, oh, right. So I had to clear all the settings and reset everything because I didn't want to base off what I had, because it's just pointless. But what it means now is I've just saved this and put it across all my clubs. And if I can hone it a little bit better, probably use some of your defensive one from your narrow into this, it could make this even better.
Yeah.
So, team instructions, I've just gone straight down the middle. Cross more often and dribble less often. Just to try something different. Lowered the team depth, tighter block, more aggressive, which I always just put on when it's friendlies because I don't need to worry about yellow cards or red cards.
I do have a question. Who's going to be doing the crosses?
Well, I'm hoping these guys.
Okay.
I don't have a clue. I tell you what, though, I have noticed all the goals I've been scoring have come from crosses from pretty much these guys here or these guys here.
So the centre mids push out wide.
The centre mids and the strikers, though. Because
Okay.
what I was trying to stop the strikers doing is drifting wide, which I'll start here. I was trying to put them on direct, reduce their passing down so they didn't try and make too many passes, and put them offensive. But in this formation, they drift so wide compared to the narrow of the 4-1-2-1-2N, which obviously obvious because this guy's pushed up a bit and that guy's pushed up, which I don't really like that. But I couldn't find a way to get these guys to just stay where I need them to stay. I suppose I could have tried to put low freedom on, but then because of where they line up here, I was thinking, well, they're going to be low freedom out on the wing, aren't they? Because it's here I want him. So, anyway. Keeper, same as always. So what I did with this is when you said about who's going to cross, I thought if I put these guys on risky and balanced, they will cross from deep, which they did do.
Okay.
So they crossed from deep, which was fine. And I put that on both of those. And then on the centre-backs, instead of having low freedom, which I always have, I just went with more defensive but still balanced the trigger press and made them do conservative passing. Because my attention was, and the way it was playing is, these guys, if they get it, are just going to pass probably to these guys. And then these guys are going to shift it up and hopefully land somewhere and move up. I mean, it does work. It's just, yeah. Anyway, so I put these on dribble more just, again, to try and get them to push out to be the ones that created. So my plan was if these dribble more, like this way, these guys would bunch in more. But no. These guys dribble that way and these guys dribble that way and that way. And all I have is this guy as my main focal striker. And I just... So that's the thing with this 4-1-2-1-2. 4-3-1-2 like this. So obviously I just kept this guy going in. I thought I'd try more long shots again, see if it's come back, but because you're wasting, I think if you're on that for everybody, as you saw in your games, you can still miss 17 chances.
Yeah.
If I put it on that, probably still miss 17 chances. So
Yeah.
Why not just go for it? And then the strike you've just seen, I went instead of my classic balanced and conservative or whatever, I just went with direct. But it wasn't doing what I want, and I just don't know if that's because I'm not 100% on the instructions, or it's just a tactic. Because, like you say, when you're in the narrow, they're naturally in there, whereas obviously on this one, they're spread out. So, like, what would you do to get these guys to move in here?
I think what I would do is make sure I've got a cam who's a goal scoring cam.
Yeah.
Because I think that's the beauty of this formation is, like, for me, it's like you don't want it to go in. You kind of want three strikers. That's what it looks like to me. Because if you want the strikers close, just go 4-1-2-1-2 narrow. But with this, because they're naturally wider, if that cam pushes up more, and he's a goal scoring cam, you've essentially got three strikers there.
Yeah. And that's what I do with the narrow. He does strike up, but with this one, these guys are ending up doing the crossing in.
Right. Well, I wouldn't want them crossing in.
Which I don't want them doing.
Sure. Yeah, I
wouldn't have them on direct. Conservative passing, I'd be fine with, but I wouldn't have them on direct. Have them on more offensive, totally fine. But have them on high positional freedom.
Would you bring them a lot to control or something?
I just have them on team instructions.
Yeah.
I just literally wouldn't ask them to do anything, just because they're not going to be far away from everyone.
And cross less often.
Yeah, if you don't want them crossing, you put cross less often on. Have the high positional freedom on the more offensive, so they're making more moves in an attacking area of the pitch is what you're hoping for. And like you've already got with your Cam, hopefully moving forward through the middle, he's a goal scoring threat. He's he's a danger. Yeah, he's a danger. He's constantly making space because if they're gonna hopefully if they got four at the back, but they've got three runners constantly, plus your midfielder supplementing, plus the deep crosses from your fullbacks. There's going to be people open at some point. Yeah. But I agree with Bruce. If you've got a Cam, if he's got the high passing and not the shooting, do everything you can to try and make sure he's the one not pushing on. He wants to be the one receiving the ball in front of the defence and playing the killer ball through. But if he can run beyond the centre-backs, great. Because he's the one who's also going to create a chance because he's the extra man when you've got two centre-backs marking two strikers and then the Cam comes to the middle.
It'll split them, won't it? It'll split the centre-backs. There's just a big gap in the middle for your Cam to run in.
Constantly.
Let's see what happens. I've done those little tweaks.
Support, if they send them in support or the fullbacks start pushing forward, if they've got no wide men and they've only got fullbacks have got a big problem because then all of a sudden they've got maybe a striker nearby and is the centre-back picking up? And you see some replays when I've watched it myself and I was like, why the hell's my centre-back over there? Because for some reason he's been marking them, but because their movement, the game engine's just not picked that up, and the fullback in whatever, he's just sitting there just tossing one off in the corner, just not really doing anything. Yeah. But it happens all the time, but it creates so much space for a Cam.
Yeah. Well, I made the changes. Let's have a look at how it performs. But I think it's a good option for me because, like I said at the beginning, like it's obvious you just lose your DM and he goes to a CM, and like that's quite good for me because it literally I can use all the players, so it's fine. So that's not too bad. Okay, so that's the tactics corner done and dusted. Are there any players that you want to highlight at all from your season that have done progression? Is there anybody you want to shout out? Or I know we covered a chunk of it last week. So
I covered mine last week. I've had no major movement, so yeah, I've got nothing till next season.
One moment. Current season. I feel like Orlando got something. Orlando's +6 now. The thingy. I think he was +5 last time. Yeah, he got another stat in the last week. I'm sure he did. Last 7 days, did he go up? Yeah, he went up in the last 7 days. He got 1 in shooting, get in, 1 in defending, and 1 in physical. So
Nice.
he's up to 63 now, and he's still got another 2 seasons in the dev centre.
Nice.
So
Very
yeah.
nice.
So what will he be then? He'll be the season I'll be able to use him. He'll be 26.
Still plenty of time. If he goes
yeah,
up well as well, there's still plenty of time to use him.
So yeah, happy with how that one's been ticking on. But yeah, other than that, current season, no, I think I shouted everyone out last week. To be fair, I don't think there's nothing really loads happened in a week.
Especially at this point of the season.
Yeah,
I
I don't
think
think
for
that
the-
happens at this point of the season, does it?
For the Raw to Rare, we have discussed this, and we may as well talk about it here. We're going to bring in another player for next season, and we've agreed we're going to do limited players. So I presume next week's episode we're going to have a little bit of a pack opening.
Yeah.
We're going to buy.
Because the drop's Wednesday, so we'll get them in Wednesday or whatever, and then
Yeah.
and then open
Yeah,
the
if you-
packs, and then next week as well. We're obviously going to talk. Is it Wednesday?
The store for MFL will open on Tuesday. Once the
Oh, so
rollover's
we're just going to
complete.
get them from that. Yeah. Okay, cool.
I think it's usually 1 p.m. our time in the UK, about 1 p.m. ish. Have you guys decided what you're likely going to be doing with your MFL as of yet?
Rare pack. Just a rare
Yeah.
pack. I'm ready to get kicked in the balls because obviously this comes out on Tuesday, right? I've been kicked in the balls with the pack drop in the mid-season. Got kicked in the balls. I've recovered now, so I know tomorrow he's going to get that little retirement icon. So they're going to kick me in the balls again. And then I'm going to open my reward pack on Tuesday, and it's going to be a 5'6", 75 rated goalkeeper. So then it's not going to be a third kick in the balls. That's going to be like MFL just looking at me and just spitting on me and calling me a bitch as it walks away. So I'm predicting that's what's about to happen. I'm predicting that's what's about. We'll see how accurate that is next week, but that will just be the icing on the cake for my season.
See, that's the gift that we want now. You know, Jimbo asked you the other week in terms of the MFL Discord route, in terms of you like, oh, we'll have a Kev one. No, we should need that. Yeah. We should have one of that. MFL spitting on Bruce and calling him a bitch.
Yeah, okay, so we'll get the limiteds, we'll open them, and then obviously next week we'll have a bit more content to go in anyway, because obviously it'll be the week, that'll be the weekend
Teams
before
have probably
season
just
10.
been about it.
So
Well, next time we're recording, we'll have to have registered. Is that right? Yeah.
Well,
you have to register.
Well, we won't have to have, but we probably will have done registers by then,
Yeah.
Yeah, it would be good because we can all show our plans for our squads, what we're expecting to get. We could have a look at Mr. K's and the 3 teams that he'll have by then, and we could literally dedicate the middle of the pod just for that.
If I in terms of me, I'm probably going to get a rare player pack. That's going to leave me with, oh god, I could get like 100 common players just for the crack. I don't know what I'm going to do yet though, because I've got loads of players that I've picked up, and now it's like, well, where am I going to put them? Because they've been out on loan because they were owned elsewhere. So I need to allocate them. Some of them, you guys, I think you've picked up quite a few anyway now for the Yorkshire Tea team, which is totally fine. I want to prioritise players going into that first. I need to work out what I've actually got left.
I'm just going to use all mine for rapid plays and community plays and anything like that, apart from obviously limited that I need to get.
Do you not need to get any more players of any sort?
Say again?
You don't need to look to pick up any players of any sort, or
I'm done.
You're pretty set.
I'm done. Brought in a load of new players, loaned a load of new players. Might just get a club just to fill some players, so I don't have to loan them out. But I'm done. All I need is literally a left back and a right back, because I gave them to Bruce, because I'd rather they were starting rather than backups. So I'll probably just end up going in the market. Won't care about the age of the player.
Get LBRB, get dual.
Yeah, the dual one. Yeah. They're just going to fill in whenever they really need to. So I'm not too worried about that. We probably do need to. We're going to go into community questions shortly, but we probably do need to make sure we shout out the fact that we've got the 100 subs on YouTube, and we've got over 50 in the Discord. I think we're nearly at 60 in the Discord, because obviously decided after a few beers last night I'd end up posting everywhere that, please come and join us, please. So, yeah. But we did say, and we can roll that into next week, that we would do some maybe kickoff packs for those. So the Discord one's quite easy because it's going to extract the names out of the people. And we said we'd give some packs away. The YouTube's a little bit more difficult because it doesn't let you just extract the names of the 100 subscribers.
We could just do it in the Discord. We'll just do it in the Discord. So I think the best thing is when they do the pack drop, buy some fucking kickoff packs, guys. I was
talking to Jim about that last time. I didn't do it.
Yeah, let's buy some kickoff packs.
So let's get them so we can do the giveaway for people joining, really, and supporting us.
Agreed. It's amazing that we've reached that great milestone. Thank you everyone to supporting us. Before we move on, I've just got one other thing I want, an idea to propose.
Okay.
Because obviously the YT and XP club, we're managing it between ourselves, and we just fill the club with our players, 0% rev share, and the manager keeps the MFL. But obviously, that MFL is still the club, so it's our shared thing. So my thought was, because I earned 1,500 MFL last season, my thought was, shall I use that to buy a 50 to 54 common player, and then we use that between ourselves? So I'll get it, and then we progress it, or we do our best to nurture them. So if I get him, but I don't have a club for him, one of you guys will probably have a club. So I send it, and we actively try to progress him, because that is a potential Yorkshire Tea XP player. Am I making sense?
You are.
Yes.
I get what you mean. It's more whether we should... Yeah, because that sits with you, doesn't it? So you can't move.
That's what I'm saying. I've got it. I can't distribute
it. We can't just start bundling it up, because each of us are going to have the share each time. Yeah, okay.
What do we need for the Yorkshire Tea XP club? Do we need anything? Is it worth, for example, I'd be happy to buy with my MFL a uncommon player pack that would go into that club, and effectively the whatever balance you got then, the 1,500, whatever Roots earns this season, we can sort of earn it back, sort of idea. And I don't mind sort of putting the club in debt for a period of time and bankrolling it. If we want to do that, rather than get a common of that, which we will never use now for that club, I don't mind buying an uncommon player pack for Yorkshire Tea XP. We can open it on next week's pod.
Yeah, we could. I mean, whatever you guys, because I was sat here, I was like, well, I can't spend that because it's not mine. So, what are we actually going to do with the MFL we earn from that club? But that could be. But yeah, like I said, that 1,500, where I can't distribute it anywhere. So my thought was buy a common player, and then we actively try to progress him to hopefully. But your idea would also work if you're willing to do that.
Yeah, I don't know. Well, tell you what, if you buy the player that you're talking about, the uncommon player, I'll take that player, but I'll buy the uncommon player for Yorkshire Tea XP, and we'll just chuck them in the squad. And if it's suitable for you to run him, Root, you can run him. If he doesn't work in that, we can always look to loan him. It's not a big issue. But then we've got a little clutch of Yorkshire Tea XP players that we're looking to nurture as a result of this experiment we're doing together. And then whatever we look to do with that guy in the future, if it's ride him out the career, or we go, you know what, he's progressed so much we're going to sell him, then we'll divvy up what we earn from that. Or that bank balance is then for that club. And we'll just do it that way, because we know who the player is. Well,
that's what I was going to say. It's sort of not a DAO, but it is like our collection. That's all. These are shared players. These are, I might be the agent, but it's all of us. So we all make.
So we can't be multi-accounting all of a sudden in terms of having it. If we know who they are, and then we can keep an eye on it.
Yeah. Also, Bruce, because of the way you've done it, where you've put it in the info on that, and that's how much is there. Don't forget, in a couple of seasons or whatever, you might be managing them again. Well, you will be managing them again. And that could be in ice or stone or whatever. So that season you will get X number of MFL, which will bolt onto what you've got there. So I wouldn't be in a rush to spend it. I would get it up to wherever it gets to be able to get a player, like Mr. K just said, at the level that we need it to be at that point. Because you're just going to keep tally it up. I'll just fill in at the end of this season, like you said. Then you could just keep tallying yours up. And once that gets to, 12,000 or whatever it needs to be,
then we
I don't
buy.
know what it
Yeah,
needs to be. Then you
Well,
just dip into the player then.
See what the listeners think. If they've got any other suggestions of what we could do about managing the
That's a
club
good
in
idea.
that sort of capacity, if
Yeah.
you've got any creative ideas, let's do it. Because my head went to, okay, we buy the uncommon player and we chuck him in the club, he progresses and we sell him. There's nothing to say that, okay, no, it won't work because we don't own them. Doesn't matter. But it could be that, it could literally be that we buy the pack, we look to sell the pack, and then with the earnings, we look to buy players for it.
That's also
We can
true.
choose whatever we want to do. There's options with that one.
Yeah.
I don't know what an uncommon player pack goes for these days.
I think they're about 30. They
So, yeah,
were
we
about
can-
30. I don't know if it's gone down now, but they were about
So then
30.
if the person managing the club's like, okay, I'm short of this sort of player, we haven't got it in our rosters in terms of our agencies, and we can look to scout and find a player and buy it for the agency in terms of that, and he's delegated specifically for that purpose, unless he's not needed one season and then someone else can use him.
Yeah. Fair enough. Cool.
Yeah, text some thinking about because yeah, we definitely need to do something. But yeah,
Yeah, no, getting some feedback from the viewers would be good if they've got, because they might have some creative ideas of what we can do. But it is all shared. Like the MFL we win is all shared, even though I've got it. It's ours. Like you know, and that's just
yeah, and I think at some point we might have to consider that, like what we did with the trial club where we got a load of loan and did the live, which was fun. But I don't think we should keep the trial club on. It would be nice at some point to do, as that Discord gets bigger as well, like a Discord community club. So it's not just our players. So we have ours, but we could have one for our Discord. I know,
like Quinny and the Ramble do and stuff.
Yeah, it's nice though. I like it. And like you say, if you've got a couple of people in there that want to send, a maximum of, if you got that many, you could have one or I don't know. But
He could literally turn into that. He could literally turn into that. Yorkshire Tea XP turns into a community team rather than one that we run between ourselves.
Yeah.
Because it depends where it gets to. If it gets to stone or iron and we're needing rare players and we haven't got surplus rare players,
Exactly.
It makes sense to turn it into that because we'll go, look, they'll get game time. Because
Yeah,
people might have one or two to throw in. We might have one or two, but I'm not worried
like
about
that.
the rev share.
I like that.
I'm not worried about
Well,
the rev
that's
share.
it. You just each player you put in is 5% rev share, and it works out. It's
Yeah, because once it does get up to stone and higher, then that is clearly when the players we've got, we're going to want, aren't we? Like selfishly.
Arguably,
because-
yeah.
Yeah. And, you know, you
Possibly.
might have one or two, but you might
Possibly.
not. Yeah. let's carry on in this positive frame. But yeah, I think that's a good idea, Mr. K, as it goes up. Because like you say, this time was quite easy. Ice is probably quite easy with the players we've got.
Yeah.
And stone at that point probably starts to get... Well, we've probably got the players
to be
between
fair.
us at the minute. But...
I was going to say, I think we between us, we could probably comfortably get it to stone, and then it's probably iron where we're going to be like, depending on where our own personal clubs are.
Exactly.
It might be a bit like, oh, okay, maybe we need to branch a bit, but yeah.
Yeah, that's cool. I like that. Cool. So we got some community questions. The first one is from my cuz, Amreezy.
No.
Which I think we've already gone back in the Discord and said like we refuse to answer it and stuff, but it wouldn't be a community section if we don't ask all the questions that people put out there. So whilst we can all agree that Yorkshire Tea bags are the best and only choice, if you had to pick another brand to make a cuppa with, which tea brand would you pick?
Personally, I would just not bother with the tea bag and just drink water. Like, why are we going to drink anything else? Like, it's disgusting.
gonna
Or
drink it for that?
coffee. I'll have coffee instead.
Yeah.
Like, nah. Stupid question. Sorry, Amreezy. Love you. Silly question. There is no other tea. There is none.
Yeah, why would you have to?
Exactly.
Do you know something we don't know? Yorkshire Tea's always going to be there, right?
We're really pushing for this sponsorship from Yorkshire Tea.
Mr. K, would you use a different tea? I was going to say, would you use a different tea bag? And I don't know where this is going to go. So, like, do you change how you tea bag, Mr.
Yorkshire
K?
Tea and XP after dark. Do you change how you teabag? Okay. Next question.
Yeah.
Next question.
There we go.
Ricky Hyde. What formations or tactical instructions would you add into the game? Great question.
Good question. Really.
More variations of the same formation. So we have a 4-1-2-1-2 wide. We have a 4-1-2-1 narrow. We have a 3-5-3, a 5-4-1, and a 5-1-5-4-1 flat. Okay, give us variations of all these different formations in terms of what we got. We haven't got that many double cam formations. Like you can do 4-2-3-1 that's narrow.
Yeah, but why would you have a 4-3-2-1 and suddenly introduce centre forwards when those positions are cams in every other formation? That should just be 2 cams. In every other formation, that same part of the pitch is a cam, but in this formation, it's a centre forward.
We've got loads of variations of 4-3-3s. There's so many that you got a variation of 4-4-2. Just every formation, give it a slight variation, so you've got lots of utility for lots of players, and it gives you lots of options for what you're building. Like if you were a 4-2-3-1 merchant, you don't have loads of wide men, but you've got cams. People often have cams. Why can't you have 3 cams?
Yeah.
Why not?
Look, you know, like when you got the centre mids in the middle, so you got like the 4-3-3 flat with the 3 centre mids. It'd be quite cool if you could choose. That one's actually a CDM. That one's a CM. That one's
so like FM, you can move your players around.
That would be pretty cool. That
I think that becomes an engine issue.
Yeah,
maybe
because the amount of variables
to work on the engine a bit faster. Bruce doesn't like it anyway, so
Yeah, please work on it faster. Please.
I'm joking, obviously.
What my suggestion was going to be around that, like what you just touched on, is like not necessarily adding more formations, but just having the ability to just put players where I want. Yeah. So, like, if I wanted 2 cams, I could just put the cams in, and if I wanted to play a ridiculous format, like on FM, you could just choose where you put it. I think that'd solve the problem, but again, the issues with the engine, I reckon. So, but yeah, not necessarily formations, but just the ability to edit the current ones.
Yeah, only shoot if you know you can actually shoot.
Yeah.
If you only try and hit the target, not your friend in the crowd, that kind of thing as well.
Speaking on instructions, I'd like an instruction of, I don't know, cut inside, Alan's go wide. So I can tell my wide player, stay wide, or narrow. I want you to come narrow. Yes. That would be ideal. And fullbacks are overlapping as well. I'd like to... Yeah.
I like that. Stay wide, sit narrow, overlap.
Underlap, overlap.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
On the formational bit that you were talking about being able to just make your own. So you want to make an isometric 4-3-3 or whatever bullshit we want to go for. I want to be able to do that. I've thought about that one myself quite a bit, but I think it also comes down to, like, I think about what I would like to do if I'm preparing against an opposition. If they literally have a blank canvas and they can play whatever the hell they want, well, it becomes a bit of an irrelevance because they could play bloody anything, and I've got no idea. There's no way to forecast that one. And how many people have got even more time to sink into preparing for their games, considering more or less throughout the season they're every day, sometimes twice a day. It's that, and I think it's trying to find that distinction between, well, how much is too much. Like if we're playing FM, don't matter because I'm playing it when I've got time to play it, so I can spend as much time as I want. But if I had to play it every single day on a specific time, and I have to, it becomes, I don't know. I just feel like it's too.
Yeah, I get what you mean.
Yeah,
I think, like you say, the one for me is that cam centre forward one. I just don't understand. I mean, I'm just trying to think, like, what does that centre forward role meant to do that's different to the cam? Because if it's meant to be more like a striker, then it is just a striker. And I just think whenever I think of a 4-3-2-1 formation, I think of those as 2 cams sat behind a striker. That's the only one. I really want to run that formation, but I just don't want centre forward.
I see centre forwards as like a creative striker.
Yeah,
that sort of vibe. Whereas you it's your attacking. It's literally your attacking midfielder, which you can I always said the word. I hadn't said it all day. Didn't say it though. Didn't catch me out. You're not ticking that one off on your bingo card. But if you want to make your cam play like a centre forward, you can.
Yeah.
You just change the instructions. So
exactly. Yeah, and we have wing backs, which I get, and I get the full backs and the wing backs. You know, and like you say, the midfielders and the wingers. It's just that centre forward role just bugs me.
I want to play a libero at centre back. Can I play libero?
I'm not saying we have to get to extreme. Yeah, like ball playing defender, but that's where you just would put on obviously
individual instructions.
So we've already got these things already.
Can I have a trequartista, please? What about a Gange?
To your point though, you could have less formations, couldn't you? Because like the 4-3-3, the 4-3-3 attack and the 4-3-3 defence.
Just
have 4-3-3.
and just allow you to modify
exactly.
it. Yeah, that.
So the one in the middle, I've decided I want the attack, so he's a cam, or I want defense, so he's a CDM. But I might want all two or three of them to do it. That would be the next evolution of the match engine. That would be pretty cool. But like you say, I don't know what, because it shouldn't really make much difference, would it? Because you're basically just saying this guy in the middle is a CDM, like he's just a CDM.
You can plan for if you do it like that, you can plan for. There's a certain limitation of how many variables you can do. For that. If you give someone a blank canvas, however, then that's the amount of variables per game, per person, per.
But like Bruce was saying, you could have your at the minute. Obviously, you've got your LW and your RW, but then, like you say, you'd almost have your inside forward, wouldn't you? So you could either need an instruction that says sit narrow or stay wide, or you need to be able to change the role to make it do that automatically. So there's different ways they could skin it, really. Like just adding a couple more things into those wingers where it says sit narrow or sit wider. That technically will almost make it.
Bruce has got a point, so I'll let Bruce go first.
Oh, sorry. No, I was going to say I'm going to run into that problem next season in my main team because I've got a left winger who's right-footed who can score, and then I've got a right winger who's right-footed who's a great passer. And I'm sort of like, well, if I tell them to play narrow, then this guy's getting screwed. And if I tell him to play wide, then the left winger's going to get screwed. And it's sort of like I'd like to be able to have more control over which one does what.
Yeah, that would be nice, wouldn't it? Because running those two different roles is really nice. Because this one stay wider, this one dip inside to try and support the striker. I love that dynamic.
Come to your point then, Bruce. Come to your point then. If you're doing that, if you're getting them to play narrow and you want someone to stay wider to make use of his passing, he's on offensive and more positional freedom.
And
if it's the other way around, and then you do it that way, it would be individual instructions. But going on to your point, Root, about like I've got wingers and I want them to play like an inverted inside forward. I want to play like this. There's nothing theoretically like it happens in FM. You choose your player role, and that sort of predisposition to certain individual instructions that could be set up by MFL, and that would enable other managers who haven't got a lot of time and find it difficult to play around with all the variables to have some default ones, but you still then have the ability, like FM, to go change those individual instructions. But you can set it up as a default. I want my striker to be a poacher. I want him to be. I want my DM to be a holding DM, or I want him to be a playmaker. And certain individual instructions will default for you then, and then you can play around if you want.
Yeah.
Because even in FM, you tell someone to play playmaker sort of DM, doesn't mean every single time you see them playing they're going to play exactly like that because there's still some autonomy.
Yeah. And at the minute, you just tweak it differently in MFL. So if I've got like a DM, if I'm thinking deep line playmaker, that's instantly I'm like risky passes.
Yeah.
That's just what springs in my mind.
Not as much, not low positional freedom. It's not dribble less often on him. It's not conservative passing on him. That's I want you to win the ball and to give it to someone else.
Yeah.
I do that with my double DMs. I've got one that's more allowed to roam and move forward a bit and can pass, but still has a defensive role to play. Whereas the other one, you're just defending. You're here to kick people, and that's it.
It's a really interesting one, though. I love that kind of.
It was a great question.
Yeah, it was a really, really good question.
Better than the first question. What a load of crap that first one was.
Okay, we've got one more question in here. So this is from Taggart, which is, with the engine not... Oh, God. With the engine... I don't even want to read the question. It's a good question.
Fishy.
Bruce, put your hands over your ears, please, while I ask the question, and we'll start this.
It's all right.
With the engine not changing from Season 9, so in case you guys didn't realise, same match engines following through to Season 10. Yeah, it's got such great feedback, everyone loves it, so it's carrying on. So yeah, they just thought, this has got to be the base. It's engine.
One thing.
So anyway,
Bruce,
serious question.
Bruce, did you do the survey?
Yes.
Oh God, I would love to see.
I want to read that survey. I really want to read that survey.
Matt, Lucas, Yax, if you could get us a copy of that.
No, I was
survey,
not
that'd be amazing, please.
I wanted to be diplomatic and give feedback, so I wasn't as ranty. But everything I've said. Yeah.
Did you run it through ChatGPT and ask it to tame it down for you? No. Can you tame this down so I'm not directly
Can you make this sound professional, please?
Yeah, I gave the proper feedback. Everything I've said, I gave it. Just
bullet point.
Delivered a little better. Just delivered a little better.
And that'd be why they put the maximum character length for 500, just so they could make sure it was.
Matt, can you just come read this survey? Well, what's it? It just says "fuck you."
Love it. Right, we will get Tagger's question out. Right, let's go. With the engine not changing from season 9, are you planning on changing how you prepare for season 10?
Yes.
Would you like to elaborate?
Fair enough. Yes. I think if you've played the last season's engine, you've got opinions on it. You know what you feel works, what doesn't work. So I'm going into season doing that. So me building my teams, it's giving me. I've got 2 or 3 formations I want to be able to float between. Before I had it kind of, but I was leaning very heavily on the 4-2-3-1 particularly. And then equally now I've got I like these formations. I'm going to pick my teams a bit more into. If I'm playing 4-2-2 more often, I want my cams that can play the role I want my cams to play to be in that team. Equally, I'm not worrying anymore. I want to have a team's balance for training purposes, but I'm not being as precious about the idea of, he's 82 rated, he has to be in a bronze team, because that's what I've got. If I've got an iron team and he's a young player I want to develop and get good match ratings, I've got no qualms about putting him in iron. And if necessary, lower when I build my squads. I'm going to be doing on that. I'm looking at my young players now who have got the higher overalls to be playing in teams where they are going to get more or less guaranteed good match ratings every single game, because I feel like it's harming progression. When I had a stupidly OP team in Spark, my young players got more progression because they got the good 7 to 8s every single game week, and they had the good training situation because the rest of the team were good. So the strength of the opposition, ideally, would have better opposition, but off the offset of everything else, no. It's better off being the big fish in the small pond.
Yeah.
So I'm going to do that as well.
I'm going to go next, and I'm going to let Bruce go last, just because I want to hear what he has to say. I'm literally just going to keep my fingers and toes crossed and hope that nobody manages to work out the 4-1-2-1-2 now and start to beat me all the time.
Mr. K kind of gave it away earlier.
Yeah, he gave some chunks of it away. So can you edit little bits of that out? And can you do like what Bruce did with the RonJon challenge and just change the numbers? So if you don't mind. No, but I'm just going to run that again. I think I'm going to have a bit of a play, but once rollover happens and I've got my actual players in, I'm going to obviously look at running it so I can use some of your defensiveness with the attackingness of the other one and see if I can get it to perform any better. But what I'll do with that is I'll just find a team that I've played against a few times, run my one, run your one, and then go from there and see if I can get it any stronger. But at the minute, I'm happy with it. What about you?
So yes and no. I think yes in the sense of I've got an idea of what works now. It's not going to be, my testing isn't going to be, right, blank slate, let's find what works and let's modify. I don't really have to do that now. But in the same time, it's not going to change because I've still got to run a shitload of friendlies to work it out. Like I said, I mentioned earlier, there's something I need to test with this engine, and that's going to be my stone team. I've got a nice 4-4-2 set up for it, where I'm going to test this theory that I've got about the mechanics of the engine and see that. So I've got to do lots of testing with that to get it right. Castle's going to be a completely fresh team, so I'm going to have to test with them. It's just a benefit that I already have an idea of what works. So I'll sort of have to do less because I won't have to go with a blank slate. I can already say, oh, this works, and I'll start there. It's like it's sort of modified my starting point rather, but I'll still be running a shit ton of friendlies.
Yeah.
Like even Mamba, like I've got a tactic I like, but after these playoffs I need to change it because something went wrong, and also I've added players, so they're going to play differently in this certain tactic. So I've got to modify for that. But yeah, the good thing is my starting point's going to be a lot further on than it was last season. So yes and no, kind of. Yeah.
Yeah, it's an interesting one. I mean, they have made some tweaks, haven't they?
I don't think they've come in yet, but they're talking about there's a patch they just haven't released it yet.
So it's going to be. So when they're saying it's the same match engine, it's just the same base, isn't it? There are still some tweaks.
I think there's tweaks with goalkeepers and
defensive areas such as marking and positioning. It says.
and call in for the ball. More intelligent call in for the ball.
Your unrealistic future scene reactions. Yeah, call for the ball logic. So again, they
That
are
could have a massive effect on it. It could change the engine completely. We don't know. Like, it
first
could
iteration.
literally change it.
Implemented the first iteration of an improved call the ball logic, helping players target more relevant areas of the pitch and triggering these movements under a wider range of conditions.
Yeah, that could flip everything. In the little algorithm, it could move it like
Maybe I think, Bruce, what
I
they've
hope
done
so.
is
Please.
I think they've
Please.
gone, we're keeping the match engine. They've then seen you, they've heard you, they've had your feedback from, they've gone, we best make some changes, guys. We best make some changes.
The only change I want them to make, right, is my striker not missing, putting the ball over, putting the ball wide from the middle of the 6-yard box when he's got 8 fucking shooting 7 times a game. Stop that. Stop that, and I'll be happy. Stop that. At least get it on target. Make the keeper save. But seeing him nearly hit the corner flag from the middle of the 6-yard box 3 times a game is just... Yeah.
Does anybody have anything else they want to say or add or make a note of?
No, I think I've said everything I need to say. Yeah.
Mr. K?
No, nothing for me, I don't think, Bud. I think we've got through quite a bit.
We've got through quite a bit. Cool. So, for all those listening to us, watching us, etc., obviously the Discord, we're going to promote that again. So the Discord there, it's growing really fast. And you can use it as a space to talk through all things the pod, all things MFL, and even discuss like loans with each other, those kind of things. And I think a few of us have got loans that are going out. So if you want to have a look at our agencies and you want to send us some DMs, we'll always try our best to help you with really favourable loan rates, probably way under what you'd get on the market, because if you're in our community, we'll look after you and get you the players that you need if we've got them, and we can give them to you.
I can't. My players are.
Every
single one of my players is in a team.
I noticed that.
I've got with no players right now. Like, I need to fill that. Like,
I think last night I sent Mr. K like a low ball loan offer for one of his right backs. And then I think he didn't reply to me, so he must have not wanted to give me it. It was for my Dockside team, I think, for season. No, it was for my Downtown Cowboys for season. He was 71 rated. And I don't know who you normally loan him to, so I just offered you 0%.
You said offer's been cancelled.
Yeah, I cancelled it because you didn't come back to me quick enough.
Oh.
Why were you going to give me him?
Don't know, what did you offer? 0%. Well, that's a tough one, really. I saw the one that you'd sent one for Yorkshire Tea XP.
Yeah, I've got
Oh, it's because I got that offer for my goalkeeper. I probably saw that. I've looked at the inbox, seen that, and then closed my inbox again, so I haven't really read through things because it was a similar time to that. No, I don't mind loaning you. I just don't know. I haven't built any of my teams yet, really, so I don't actually know what I need.
It's always an awkward one, isn't it?
Yeah.
Till you get rollover. Cool.
So,
right.
yeah.
Well, 1 hour 43 minutes. I think that was good. We covered a lot. Thanks again to RonJon for the RonJon challenge. I'm still blown away that you had 55 things that you could have gone through. I can't get it out of my head, and I absolutely love it. It's so good. And please, yeah, we'd love to do it again. I know you'll work with Bruce on that one. Tactics Corner done. Community questions done. Let's all go and have a... Do we even make other, like, Tetley tea? Does that still exist?
I have no idea.
Anyway, who knows? Who cares? Let's not go back over old ground. Right, we're done. Thanks, everybody. Good luck for prepping for season 10, and we'll catch you in the next one.